Before the snap election happened, Cory Aquino, in an on-air interview, threw so many baseless accusations and speculations and suspicions against President Marcos, and these were fed in the minds of the public. She said she don't have access with media. That is completely false. In fact, the opposite is true. Both media and Aquino conspired together to overthrow Marcos from position. Look at this example on how they hijacked Marcos' coverage during live broadcast.
Don't believe any of these stories.
What form will that cooperation take?
Well, that they do not publish any of these propaganda lies without...
Channel 4 is on the air again to serve the people.
Never let the traitors and leftists hijack the government again to feed their self-serving persuasions. Filipinos of today are already enlightened. Marcos will be vindicated by restitution of right history, not by the distorted one of the rebels movement. Your love for your country does not mean rebellion against good government, which is for change. Nationalism is about discipline and respect for leadership. I urge you to watch the full interview from start to end, so you will judge rightfully who's between Marcos and Cory speaks truth. In doing so, you will have a conscience void of offense. You have to listen very carefully on every words President Marcos utter, showing how good leader he really was, and how fake Cory is.
I just want to remind Mr. Marcos that it was he who called for snap elections, and once the people decided to participate, he better watch out if he threatens to frustrate their will again. I'm afraid he will have an angry people on his hands.
Mrs. Aquino, you keep making what sometimes sound like veiled threats and sometimes not so veiled. What do you mean he'd better watch out?
Well, all along I have asked the people, not to engage in any violence, and so far they have listened to me. And if you may recall, just after my husband was assassinated, I did go on radio in our country, and I asked the people, to observe peaceful means and not to resort to violence, and they did obey me. But this time, they have a greater stake in this. It's not just Cory Aquino, but the future of our children and our children's children. So if they think that they have been cheated out of an election,